What's going on, guys? Okay, this is Nick with JNC, and who do we have here today?
What up? This is Aries. How y'all doing? I appreciate being here. I appreciate you having me here.
And what'd you do today?
I ended up making top 8 at the League Cup. Yeah, League Cup. I was playing with Lost Box, Giratina, and I had a whole bunch of little different things, little different nuances and stuff to play with, kind of like go against Rogue and Meta. Kind of worked out pretty good.
Nice.
Top 8.
Nice. So let's get right into it.
All right, let's do it. All right, so for the deck list, we're doing a standard build. 4 Comfy. I play 2 Giratina and 2 V-Star. I kind of want to bump this back up. I'm still not too sure yet. There were 2 of my games that I lost that I wish I would have had the third one and the third V-Star. But there's so many games where I definitely would have not. But for the games that it did matter, shoot. I play 2 Sableye. I have such terrible luck, so I prefer playing 2. This way, if I Comfy off of one, I could kind of confidently banish it, which makes the games a little bit easier. Instead of me hitting off the Sableye and being like, well, I have to choose between Sableye and my one of 2 ball sorters and so on. So
yeah, and also just playing 2. If you have them both set up, just puts a lot of pressure.
Oh yeah, of course, because then the first one comes in and starts, putting out the damage it needs to. They have to kill it. They won't be able to get rid of the second one in the same turn. So
did that ever come up today, or not too much?
It did actually. It did. I did have it where I had both Sableyes up, and one Sableye put down the damage for the D Evo, and he wasn't able to kill out both Sableyes at the same time. So all he did was just concede after that because he already knew what was going to happen. I was just going to kill off the rest of them. We play 1 Cramorant. I think this is just exactly where it should be. Is just 1. I don't think you should play any more than this. I actually don't play Radiant Greninja. Again, my luck is different. You could do with that as you will, but I prefer Charizard. Charizard kind of goes good against the random Goldango players. It also is just, you're always going to be behind in prizing, so why not swing for 250 instead? And this way, I don't care too much about me running Path to the Peak or running into Path to the Peak, because if I really needed to, I can just ramp this up with energy and swing for 250.
Nice.
Then for the Charizard matchup,
so the real spice. So why is this in here?
All right, so Shaman is Bay right here. So Shaman kills Charizard. All they need is about 3 prizes taken, and this will one-shot the Charizard. This kills with 2 prizes taken, which will happen. You basically will be able to counter kill their Roaring Moon. So if you're playing against Roaring Moon and they take the first kill off of V-Star, then you're fine, because right off the back you'll play the Shaman, knock out the Roaring Moon with just the 1 hit. And then against Charizard, it'll knock it out with 3 points taken. So this came in clutch. I think every match where it mattered, it definitely came in. Like against Roaring Moon, I killed. Against Charizard, I was able to do the 1 shot, and that really is good, especially when you do the cleanup with de-evolution. It helps out a lot.
Nice.
The only thing I am thinking about doing is either adding a Bravery Charm, so that the Roaring Moon, like against a Roaring Moon matchup, you don't want the Roaring Moon to kind of take out its stage card and then swing for 220. With the Bravery Charm, it puts you 1 over, so then you could just counter kill it. So they won't be able to just one-shot it like that.
Or they're forced to use Frenzy Gouging at that point.
Exactly. So I got the Manaphy, obvious.
Yep.
And that's it for the Pokemon lineup. I do play for the items, it's the same. It's Mirage Gates, 4 VIP pass.
Staple, have to.
Yep. I mean, you see it, you don't. It sucks when you don't. I can't wait for Poffin to come in. It's just going to change the game so much. Now, this is where things get a little bit more different, too. I play 3 Super Rods. Again, I prefer that every Comfy excavation is something that you don't have to stress yourself about. Like, there's times where I used to play this at 2. Sometimes I played it at 1, and I would always hit it with the Comfy, but there were so many times where I've had only 2, and I would either in the beginning of the game hit 1 and have a rough choice because I didn't need it at the time, or middle game end up hitting the second. But when you're running 3 of these kind of things, it kind of lets you confidently Comfy into like whatever it is you want that's more comfortable. So this way you don't have to care about banishing like an extra Sableye or an extra Super Rod. It won't really matter too much.
Yep, makes sense.
I play switch cards only at 2. You would figure you would use these a lot more. There are people who play them at 4. I prefer not to, only because Giratina once you kind of go towards the later game, Giratina is going to be a V star. So sometimes you kind of need to trade him out so that like Roaring Moon won't come in and swipe it out. I play 2 switches and 1 escape rope. That's my tag out engine. I kind of like this better, and I don't think I would change anything about that lineup. I'm going to play 2 next balls. That is more of a preference. You could play 3 if you want. I don't see times where I need 3 because there's too many times where I just draw the 2 and don't really need it, so I just kind of get rid of it myself. I play Lost Vacuum. I think this is too good, and I think Lost Box should be playing this at all times, only because, one, if you're short by 1, if you're short by like 1 zone, or you're short by maybe 2, maybe you're at 8 in your lost zone, then that means you could put down your own path at the peak and then Lost Vacuum your own path at the peak, which just gives you 2 right there. So now you're at 10 without having to get to 10.
Yep.
So it kind of mitigates how much effort and work you have to do. Not also that, against some Roaring Moon cases where they play the Ancient Energy Booster and they give them the 60 HP, you can kind of just hit it with Sableye and then just kind of Lost Vacuum it out. So now
Yeah, it's a nice tech card for sure.
they pretty much just die, yeah. I play the 1 counter catcher. I think I would bump this to 2. There are times where I had to kind of banish this off of Comfy, and it did hurt a lot. But I think I would bump this to 2 again, since you're always going to be behind in prizing. And you would rather counter catcher with a Cold Res rather than have to choose between Cold Res and Boss's Orders. I only play 2 path. I can't
There it
stand-
is.
I know. The card that all of us can't wait to leave, because I myself hate this card. But I only play 2. I don't care too much for it. Most decks right now are playing it. Well, like most rogues too, because there were actually some rogues in this event, and they played path too, so it didn't really matter too much for me. I don't like 3. I always see them. I see them perfectly fine at 2. I've seen these every game. Like,
Yeah.
There's not one game I haven't seen this card.
And
I mean,
go ahead, my fault.
oh yeah, no, you're fine. I mean, you're going through your deck so much. There's no way you don't
Yeah.
end up hitting a path. There's
Yeah.
just no way.
And I was just gonna say, like you said before, without playing Radiant Greninja, like this deck doesn't care at all about
Yeah.
playing your own path, basically.
Exactly. Like I don't, since I'm not running Radiant Greninja, it gives me that sense of peace where I don't have to care about this, because now I'm Radiant Greninja. I'm burning through the energies I have in my hand. And I need this path off the board now. I need to try and get to my Lost Vacuum. It worked out better. And Charizard's definitely stole wins for me. I run double the evolution, and I did actually play 2 of these 2 games in a row. And this came in so clutch. Oh my gosh. Well, again, 1, you kind of want to bump up your main win pieces. You want to always bump them at 2 because you don't want Comfy to end up hitting it and you having a tough choice. If you have 2 of them, you can confidently, get rid of 1. But this came in clutched. Oh my gosh. Playing 2 of these were disgusting. I did it against a Gardevoir deck with Screamtail. I de-evoed him two times in a row. It was pretty much over at that point. It was so good. So good. It felt so good. For the supporter lineup, I'm playing 4 Cold Reses, the boy. Self-explanatory. It's just the best card for the deck.
Yep.
I play 2 boss. Oh my gosh, I'm thinking of playing this at 3.
Yep. Just too good.
It's too good, especially with Cramorant bring in here to just kind of like scoop out what you don't want to deal with. Or if you do brick, there's so many times that this just becomes a utility card where it's like, okay, he's got no energies on this Barbaro. I'm going to put this boss in and just save myself a turn because I can't attack right now. Or sometimes you just don't want to attack. And then the one-ofs, I'm playing Iona and Arvin. Arvin comes in clutch because if you do go second, you draw it, you can get into your VIP pass, but if not, it gets you to Mirage Gate, D-Evo. It's just a clutch kind of one-of card. I wouldn't want to play it any more than 1. For my energy lineup, 5 Psychic, 5 Grass, 2 Fire, and 2 Jets. I didn't see times where I wanted this to be more than 2. The 2 Fire energies is just because if you hit 1 with Comfy, you can kind of get rid of it. The Charizard only needs 1. I play the Grass because it's just more consistent. Shaman needs Grass, and Gardevoir Giratina needs Grass and Psychic. So it adds a lot more consistency because when you're playing with water energies, you kind of have to draw into the water energies or kind of mirage gate into them or have them. And most of the time they have a mana feed down, so Greninja doesn't do anything.
Yeah, there you go. Makes sense. Well, congratulations. Any last second shout outs?
Yeah, shout out to all my friends who helped me. Shout out to JNC.
Let's go, baby.
Shout out to Nick. He helped me play test through this. I had to deal with the torture.
But yeah, so
yeah, and shout out to my wife for letting me be here today.
yep.
Thank you, baby. I appreciate you.
There you go. and with that, that's pretty much it. Yeah. So JNC, signing out. Peace.
Peace.